Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday, April, I'm guessing 12th. I think it's the 12th. Oh, and I think it's Easter also, probably, I think. So happy Easter if I'm right. We're up here in the annex with Gabby and her three kittens. And yesterday, while we were in here, I discovered one single flea. It was hopping around on the floor of her cage on one of the blankets. And so this morning, Gabby got herself a dose of revolution, which we happen to know from all of our past mom cats, who they have pretty much all the cats that come into Kitten Academy end up having fleas when they come in. And then we have to treat them, and they end up going home without any, of course. Anyway, we know from past experience with mom cats and having checked into it that Revolution, regular old Revolution, is fine to use on both nursing mom. You can see our little patch from where I applied it. On both nursing mom cats and on pregnant moms, we know that that is proven to be safe. So that's good to know. And then we also know that Revolution Plus, which is what most people use these days, it might be safe, but it's not known for sure. They haven't proven it one way or the other, so we don't use that on the mom cats. We keep a stock of Revolution just for them. We use Revolution Plus on the faculty because Revolution Plus is the one that has good effectiveness against ticks, which is a big concern for ours being here in Connecticut where there are lots and lots of ticks. So that's how we do. Let's see some babies. I know you guys are all here to see some little tiny kittens where even though Gabby is so sweet, I can't help myself filming her. She's just so sweet. Anyway, so yesterday was Saturday. We did mailbag. It was a lot of fun. And then after mailbag, we did an all-day broadcast of the regular Kitten Academy stream to the Dr. Seuss Facebook page. And I don't know how they thought it went yet, but they did say if it went well for them, if they determined that it was a good idea, that they'll do it again, which is awesome because I think it helps bring a little extra attention to us, and I think it brings a little something fun for their viewers too. So I hope it was mutually beneficial. But I know we had a lot of fun doing it, and I just really enjoyed it. They were really, really nice people. And the overlay that they made to go on top of the stream with some of the Dr. Seuss imagery on it was just so cute. I almost wish I could use it all the time. I don't think I would because that might be weird for people, but it was really cute. Anyway, hey, let's weigh some babies. Let's do this. Again, I'm going to ask someone that's on the Discord chat to keep track of the um, me here, yeah, it was. You're right. The big part of it was to help Dawes. They also posted a link to Dawes' donation page, and they posted a link to all of the adoptable cats at Dawes, which includes Brooke, technically speaking. So that I hope it helped from that perspective too. We won't know right away, but if some applications end up coming in for either Dawes or for Brooke, we'll be really happy about that. That's everything we want from it. And who knows whether they got any donations that way too. I wouldn't know, but maybe they'll share that information with me eventually. Anyway, I was about to say we need to weigh some kittens, and hopefully somebody that is on our Discord chat can keep track of those weights and let me know what they are after the stream so that I can put them into our little spreadsheet. So let's see. We'll start with Banter since she's over here just sleeping on her own right now. I know you didn't wake up to go nurse yet, Banter. Why not? So let's see. Let me look at her up close with my eyes. I can't tell. I don't think her eyes are open yet. It's certainly, if they are, they're not obvious. I know it looks that way a little bit. Oh, I did see a little glimmer there, but I think that's just a little bit of an eye booger. Yeah, it's just a little eye wetness. That's all. She's probably close though. I think they're all getting very close. So this is Banter. Banter, sit right there for a second. You weigh 8.1. Wow, that is a big Banter. All right, isn't bantam weight the lightweight in like boxing and stuff, right? Isn't it? We call that banter weight, even though she's not light. She's doing very well. So there we go. I was talking about examining these guys um, and trying to figure out whether they are guys or girls. And I still am not willing to say anything definitively, but I will tell you that the more I check, the more I think that we're having the same problem that we had with the last class, where they were all girls. So there was no way for me to know, to sort of compare and get a good idea, to say, oh, these are boys and these are girls. I'm starting to get the sort of the feeling that that might be the case again, that they're all girls, and that's what's thrown me off. Oh, now there's some eyes, aren't there? Let me just. No, a little tiny, tiny, tiny bit maybe, but not really. Yeah, you can see a tiny, tiny, tiny bit, but that's not even what I would normally count for the first appearance. So we're probably a couple days off from having their eyes open anyway. I know. Just keep complaining, Blarney. Oh my gosh, Blarney. Pipe down, buddy. I'm so sorry. 7.7. I hope that's a good number. I'm not looking at the spreadsheet right now. Oh, you're just going to climb right out of the bowl and onto my hand? Oh, he was trying to pull himself out. Himself? I don't know. Blarney. Okay. I know. I interrupted you right in the middle of your breakfast. I know. So rude. I'm so rude. I know. Okay, go back to it. Let's take Scuttlebutt. Come here. I know. I interrupted you too. How are your eyes, buddy? No, there's nothing happening there, but you got a little bit of eye crusties. Just a little bit. So this is Scuttlebutt. And Scuttlebutt has the biggest belly. Oh my gosh. More than the others, I think. And he weighs 8. An even 8. All right, buddy. Good job, Scuttlebuddy. I guess you ate a lot. Now you weigh 8. All right. Well, now they're all weighed. Do we need to double check Blarney real quick just to see? Blarney, okay, you're not latched on. I can take you. Just to double check real quick. Let's just see. You are, I've got you down at 7.6 now. I guess that's pretty close. Let's get a third opinion. 7.6. Okay, that's what we're going to go with. Sounds a little light, buddy, but we will let you nurse this morning. We'll keep an eye on that. They are just over a week old today. I think today's like a week and a day, because they were born Saturday morning last week. Oh, plus 0.4 is great. Okay, thanks, Ben. Thank you for saying that in chat so that I didn't have to worry about it for the rest of the close-up stream. Plus 0.4 is good. In fact, what our metric usually is if it's less than 0.2 ounces, then we'll be a little concerned. 0.2 is just like okay. It's not great. And then anything over 0.2 is good. We usually like it if we can get to 0.5, that's like really good. So that's how we usually do is anything over 0.2 is just not even, it's just great. That's all. Hey, You are too sweet. I know. You just want all the love all the time. So, other than the fact that we found a flea and I gave her her flea medicine, there's not a whole lot to report as far as news goes for her. And I told you all about doing the Dr. Seuss thing yesterday. So, anything else that I think we would talk about would either be Brooke, who's doing fine, probably not going to bother to open Brooke's door right now and let her out because so much of the house is being taken up by Bell and the Whistles at the moment. Oh, the mouse. Thank you, Sophia. Yes, I need to talk to everybody about the mice. I'll get to the mice in a minute, though. That is important. But first, I was going to talk just for a minute about Belle and her whistles. And I was going to say that the whistles, who we should go see in just a minute here. Look how big this chunker is. He's taken after Custard in more than one way. Um, Belle spent the night in her room, in the main room, by herself, and her kids, the whistles, spent the night in the master bedroom with me. And I did it that way on purpose. I think that it's going to do them good in several ways to spend more time away from their mom now. It forces them to be a little bit bolder. They're all kind of scaredy cats. Beep obviously being the most bold of the group, and then the other two are even more little scaredy cats, though they're all a little bit more scaredy cats than we would like. Which is some of that can just be personality. And, like with Eddie, he was just born that way. And no matter what you do, Eddie's always going to be a scaredy cat. But you do your best to try to give him the best opportunity to grow out of it if they can. So I think that having them apart from their mom and exposing them to new things carefully is a good way to help them through that, which is one reason why they spent the night in the bedroom apart from mom. And then the other reason, of course, is that none of them are being adopted with their mom. And I think it's been our experience that kittens come around a little bit better towards people when they are separated from their mom, because otherwise they just lean on mom for all their sort of social needs. But if you separate them from mom a little bit, then they tend to get that more from people, which I think is really good for them especially. So that's what we're working for. Yeah, they need to learn to be a little more independent. That's exactly it. So we're working on that. And also, I think that Belle is, for her part, she loves them so much. I can't believe how long she's still letting them comfort nurse every day. But on the other hand, she does seem like she's about done with them. When she's out all night, she doesn't go and try to find them. And when she's in the room all night and they're gone, she doesn't really seem to mind. So I think she's about done with them, really. Anyway, um, so yeah, let's head down there and see them, and I will talk to you about other stuff too. So, like I was saying, she's been. We're trying to get them to spend more time apart. And we're going to continue that experiment. So you may notice that she's out of the room more often when they are in it, and potentially vice versa. But it's not a 100% thing either. We don't need to keep them apart all the time. We're trying to just work on the numbers a little bit. Um, Also, I think she's been making friends with Ari lately too, which is I don't know. I think that's good for her. So we try to keep any of that kind of stuff off of the regular stream, but I thought I would mention it because a lot of you also are Patreons that watch the faculty stream, and there's just no way to keep stuff off of the faculty stream because it covers too much of the house. So all I want to say is if you see her being friendly with Ari, that's fine with me if it's fine with her, and it is. I think that it makes her feel better to have a buddy. So there you go. Anyway, that is that. And I need to talk to you about the mice. I have mentioned a couple times that the faculty, so this is speaking of the faculty stream. So just to point out what that is in case you don't know, we have people that are on our Patreon get access to our Discord server where we chat all day long. And people that are on our Discord server in turn get access sometimes, once in a while, to a second Kitten Academy stream that covers several of the cameras around the house, not just in the two kitten rooms. And last night, well, so I've mentioned a few times then about the mice that we have some mice that the faculty have been watching in the kitchen, and I think everybody's been kind of entertained by the fact that the last 3 or 4 nights, all night long, the faculty is just in the kitchen around the sink on mouse patrol, even though the mice never come out where the faculty can get to them. They still are hoping. Hope springs eternal, I guess. Hi, little beepler. So, yesterday, I finally got the humane mouse traps that I had ordered. They came in the mail, and they're two different kinds. The tin mouse is one of the kinds that we've used in the past, and it works very well for us in the past. And then there's another kind that's made of plastic that is all over Amazon now by 100 different brands. And so I got both of those. I put them, some of them under the kitchen cabinet where the faculty have been waiting for them. And then somehow the child lock on that cabinet that keeps the faculty out was unlocked last night. So both of these things happened at the same time. And the practical upshot of all that is that people watching the faculty stream got to see Ari open the cabinet and discover two mice in two of the mouse traps. And that was kind of fun too, because in the video that they showed me of Ari discovering the mice, he opens the cabinet and then he looks in the cabinet and then he just jumps back like, oh my gosh, he did not expect to see a mouse in there. And then with the rest of the night, the faculty pulled the mouse traps out of from under the cabinet and moved them all around the kitchen. But they are the humane mouse traps. They're the kind that are just, it's basically like a plastic cylinder that the mouse gets trapped inside of, and it's transparent so the faculty can see them. And it's perfectly safe for them, though. They're trapped in the cylinder, and the cats couldn't get them out. So in the morning, I came down and I found the two cylinders laying on the kitchen floor with the mice still in them, and they were perfectly healthy little mice. They didn't even seem as scared as I would expect. So I took them both out by the shed and let them go, and they ran off towards the creek that's behind our house. And that's that. So I know there were a lot of people that were watching on the faculty stream that were a little concerned about the mice. And I know you can't necessarily tell all that happened from the resolution of that faculty stream, but the mice were absolutely fine. And like I said, the mouse traps keep them safe from the cats. Ironically, it's ironic that the humane mouse trap would keep the mouse so safe, but that's how it works. They really are humane mouse traps. So yeah, so we caught two mice last night in the two traps, and I'm going to continue to put them under the sink and take the mice out by the woodshed every day. Out by the woodshed is one of those phrases that idiomatically means like I'm going to hurt them, but I don't. We're just letting them go. I promise. I'm not using it idiomatically. I mean that literally. There's a shed towards the back of our property that contains wood, and I've been letting the mice go back there. So that's that. And I guess my point is that nobody needs to worry about the mice. They were absolutely fine. Yeah, Patricia, you're right. They might come back. They definitely headed the away from the house, and the shed is far enough away that I don't know. I don't know. They probably will be back, but there's not too much I can do about that yet. And some people have pointed out that it's almost certainly the fact that I have a bird feeder out there now that is attracting them, because the birds and the squirrels spill the food all over the ground, and the mice come to get the bird food that's spilled on the ground, and then they end up coming into the house because the bird feeder is right by the house, and I get it. But I don't want to take the bird feeder away because it's huge entertainment for Maggie, at least, and most of the other faculty once in a while. They love to watch it through the window, and it's one of Maggie's favorite things. So I don't want to get rid of it. My plan right now is just to continue to take the mice out every time they get in. And also, I bought a whole bunch of basically like gap filler. It's stuff you use to like patch big holes in your house and to, fill around pipes and things that might come in and out of the house. And I plan on basically crawling around under the sunroom and the deck and finding where these mice are coming in and patching it up. And hopefully that will solve the problem. I see lots of people saying to take the mice far, far away from your home and release them. But as many times as I get that advice, first off, it's way too much work for me to travel that far every day to like take these mice and get in the car and drive them out to the forest and let them go every day. It's too much. I'm not going to be doing that. But then on top of that, I always feel like I'm basically just giving them to somebody else. Like, hey, whoever lives closest to where I'm letting these mice go, they're your problem now. So I can't do that. I just can't. Um, but yeah, suffice it to say, my whole point in bringing up the mouse story is first off, the faculty had a great night. They were highly entertained, and I think so were all the people that were on the Discord that got to watch them having so much fun. But in spite, or I guess, even with all the fun that the cats had, the mice are, in fact, fine. So there you go. Scottish Lass, I could put the bird feeder all the way out there, but then Maggie wouldn't be able to see the birds that came to. Oh, you're saying put a bird feeder out by the woodshed to distract the mice? Huh. I don't know. I don't know if that's a great policy or not, because at that point I'm basically like breeding mice, and I don't want that to be what happens either. I just want them to go off and take care of themselves somewhere else. I don't know. I don't know. I'll think about it because, it's not the worst idea. You kids are not being very entertaining while I'm doing all this talking. Is it my fault? Is it because I'm not doing anything? I'm just filming you? All right. They might be a little tired out too. Oh, I should have told you a little bit more about what they did in the spa. I was talking about how they're kind of scaredy cats, and that's what we're working on. And in fact, the time that they spent last night in the spa, they basically just hung out, snuggled up under the blankets, and not much else. So, I think that was just because they were a little bit worried about the new area. So I'm going to keep trying to take them up to the spa as often as I can and get them used to trying something new and the sound of the TV that's up there and all that kind of stuff. Um, Also, Smokey got to stay in the spa last night too, because I knew that she wasn't going to cause any trouble for them. And so Smokey was up there, and every time that Smokey, first off, she just doesn't care about anything. She's 20 years old, and she just purrs and snuggles with me and licks me. And when the kittens, no matter how any other kitten or cat reacts to her, she doesn't care. She's fine. She just does her own thing. She never gets upset. She's just past all that at this point in her life. She's like, nah, you know what? I like everybody and it's fine. So, Smokey kept coming up to snuggle with me and even trying to snuggle with and lick the kittens a little bit. And every time that Smokey would get close to one of the kittens would hiss at her, especially little Foggy here. Foggy got very upset, and Foggy would hiss and like lay back and put her ears back and just be like super, super angry at Smokey whenever Smokey would get too close. She was like, no, 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 you go away. And then Smokey, for her part, didn't care at all. And I think that is a very good experience for the kittens because Smokey's so non-threatening. Hopefully, that will be a good way for them to learn that all that hissing is unnecessary. Oh, that's a little too much. Sorry, I'm not trying to scare you. Oh, beep ran in. You think of all that. Beep is, like I said, the most bold of the group. Now, Beep still had the same experience with Smokey, though. Beep would watch Smokey, and then if Smokey would try to get close to Beep, Beep would just hiss, hiss and hiss and hiss to tell her to back off. So, once again, though, I think that's a really good experience for them because Smokey is just going to ignore them, and hopefully they'll learn that all that is not necessary. What are you doing to the camera? So there was a tiny hole in the camera box where the cable goes in, and it was a tiny hole, and now they've dug that hole into this like big hole, and Clax there is digging in the hole now. I don't know if that's just because there's the wire that's interesting, or the box itself is full of rocks so that the kittens don't push it around too much. Maybe trying to get the rocks out. I mean, maybe. Beeper. Hi, Beeper. What? Did you just talk to us, Beep? So the doors are open. I don't. This may not have been clear because we're just hanging out in this room talking, and they're not even trying to go anywhere. But the door's open. This door is open. They've got full access to the living room right now. And oh, there's Belle. Hi, Belle. They also have full access to the kitchen and the sunroom. I put the fence over on the other side like I did the other day, and I think that's going to be the normal thing now. It's kind of related. I'm trying to get them to be used to seeing more of the faculty, all of them. Although little Belle here has been just great with everybody all along, and like I said, special friends with Ari, but really great with all the faculty. She just doesn't bother them; they don't bother her, and it's fantastic. It's been a while since we've had such a conflict-free mom cat, so that's really cool. You know, Tink got to come out and go around, but there were still occasional scuffles. I don't think Belle's been in a scuffle with anybody yet. At least I don't think so. So she gets along really, really well. And her kittens, though, are, they still, if any of the faculty comes up close, just like with Smokey last night, they'll hiss and the faculty will back off, and that's it. Just a hiss, and that's it. And it's good, but I'm trying to get them to do that more and more often so that they eventually start to learn that the faculty is not a threat to them. And I'm hoping Mom will give them a little bit of an example there, too. We're working on it. Mom's tail, still the best toy. We got all these toys. Mom's tail's always the best. Hi, Foggy. Hi, Foggy. Hi, Foggy. So scared of everything. Well, we should wrap it up. So I think I covered everything. I know I was a little bit rambling today, but I think we covered all the important points anyway. And those important points being that yesterday we streamed for Dr. Seuss, and it was really fun for us. I hope it was fun for them. We found a flea in Gab's room and therefore treated her for fleas. There's no treatment for the kittens, they're too small. But I think if we just treat her, that probably will cover everything anyway. Let's see, then also, these guys had their spa night, and we're really working on getting them to be less scared and more independent. That's our goal for them. And we're making some progress, but we need to make a lot more. And then the mice are fine. That's the rest of the news. The mice are all fine. and out in the wild right now. At least two of them are. We'll see if we get more. I want to thank you all so much for joining me this morning for this little chat. It's wonderful. I miss it on Saturdays when I'm doing mailbag. I really wanted to do a close-up stream yesterday. I didn't have time, but I kept thinking about how nice it would be just to have this moment with you guys on Saturday when we don't do it. So I miss it when it's not here. I miss you guys when you're not here. That's sincere. And I'm sorry that I don't get to read and respond to everything in chat while I'm rambling on, but I try. And we'll do another close up tomorrow. So if you had something you wanted to say and it didn't get the attention it needed, definitely we can try again tomorrow. Meanwhile, if you want to watch these kittens, I know YouTube is having all kinds of issues right now, including sometimes it's not notifying people or even really showing these close-up streams. And it's also making it difficult to search for the regular Kitten Academy live stream and various other problems as well that I know they're working on. They, in fact, sent me an email to tell me they're working on all this stuff and more. But if you go to our channel, the Kitten Academy channel on YouTube, or search for Kitten Academy on YouTube, all of it's still there. It really is all still there. You just sometimes have to do a little more work to find it. So I guarantee it is there. It is findable. Anyway, that's it. Thank you guys so much one more time. I hope you have a great Sunday, a happy Easter if that's your thing, and I will see you tomorrow. Say goodbye, Loganberry. Or don't. That's fine too. I guess that'll do.